So as you just seen by the intro, my fitness journey has been very up and down. My glutes have been very small at one point, and then the biggest that I've ever had them at another point. This just goes to show you that growing your glutes and trying to get a big booty can be extremely difficult for a lot of people. There are some genetically blessed women out there, and I wish I was one of you, who just naturally, as they start to mature, their butt just gets big and it stays big, and sometimes they even maintain a small weight. I have seen so many women like this on TikTok, on YouTube, and try to follow their workouts, try to follow their eating plan, and it just didn't work for me because it's like they've always had a really big butt. So genetically that was their advantage. Now we aren't all like this, and if that's you, the one thing that you need to do to grow your glutes is quite simple, and when I tell it to you, everything's gonna click for you. But when it comes to building those glutes, we cannot just put in all this work in the gym. Yes, that's a part of it, and I feel like for me, that's the easier part. Like going to the gym, getting the workout done is easier than coming home and making sure that I get in 3 to 5 meals a day. Like when you have to force yourself to eat, it seems like it's very hard, especially as a woman. Like our appetite fluctuates. We have our cycle, which sometimes we're more hungrier in these days, and then sometimes we just don't want to eat at all. When I'm on my cycle, I know that my appetite is huge, but it's not huge for like real food. It's like I want crazy sweet sugary drinks, and that's not what's going to benefit you when it comes to growing your glutes. Now let's start here. When it comes to building your glutes, your body needs the right amount of macro and micronutrients. You also need to be intaking the right amount of calories. A lot of women and a lot of girls are not eating enough. Like you're simply just not eating enough food, and you think that your 2 meals a day or your one big meal that you have once a day is enough, and it's just simply is not. Especially if you work a job or you're very active, like you're under eating, and that's the main problem. Once you stop focusing on still trying to keep your stomach tiny and keep your stomach small, and I know that's what we all want. It's like the dream to have that small waist and that big old butt, but it's just not realistic for a lot of us. And the fact is, once your butt starts growing, your tummy is gonna start growing too, and you have to live with that. Like you literally have to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, am I gonna be okay with my belly getting bigger as my butt is getting bigger? Now let me say this, the ratios will make it look like your butt is a lot bigger. Like your stomach is not gonna look that big because your butt is also gonna be growing. That's one thing that I did learn when my butt started growing. But because I know my body and I was once very, very skinny, I know that having a gut bothered me a lot. Like it was one of my biggest insecurities, but my butt was also very big and I liked how it looked. Very big on me, to me, in my opinion. So it was like I was constantly going through this, okay, now I'm gonna start eating less because my stomach is getting too big. And then when I would stop eating less, I would drop my calories all the way down, started doing all this amount of workouts, high intensity workouts, running every single day, weightlifting every single day. And I made progress very, very quickly, but I was not able to maintain not even 50% of the amount of muscle that I had grown in my butt because I took these drastic measures. So you have to take your time, and you have to actually realize that if you want to be able to grow your butt and not have that really, really big increase in both, do not get crazy and start binge eating on a bunch of foods. And I'm not talking about like fast food and junk food and sugar and sweets. No, I'm talking about food that is packed with your protein, your carbs. Carbs and proteins need to become your best friend. Like when I tell you I love carbs, I mean I love them. And I think that's why recently the way that my transformation has been, it's been so easy, because the way that I could just eat probably like a whole loaf of sourdough bread with some butter on it, it's crazy. I don't know why I'm like this, but like I just love carbs. Like I can't be the only girl who is like that. Like I just love bread, toast. I have to have toast with my oatmeal, fruit, any kind of carbs. I love it. Give it to me. So when it comes to growing your glutes, you need to make sure that you're getting carbs in with every single meal. Some easy carbs that you can start eating are bananas. Love bananas. For a lot of people, I've been realizing they don't like bananas because it's a texture thing. Okay, that's fine. Rice. What they say, I eat my rice and cabbage. Yes, get you some rice. Eat it with some whatever you want to pair it with. So bananas, rice, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, bread, for breakfast, some avocado toast. Avocados, you need those healthy fats. Also love avocados. I feel like avocados work when you're trying to gain and lose. It's just the portion size. Moving on to your protein sources. If you want to do this in not a drastic way to where obviously you can't control if your belly is going to grow or not, it's most likely going to happen, but you can do some things to reduce the quickness in it and the amount that it grows. So focusing on lean meats like fish, not salmon, but like tilapia. A lot of people don't like tilapia, I'm finding out, but like cod and white fish are really high in protein and really low in fat. So if you can still get that protein in with lean meats, that's another great option. Ground turkey, beef, chicken, any kind of meat you can think of. And then if you're not too big on like eating and it's very hard and you struggle with eating, get protein shakes. Protein shakes are really, really good. I'm talking like 2 a day additionally to your other 3 meals. You're gonna hit your protein goals so freaking fast. Those 2 protein shakes can put you in a calorie surplus. So if you eat 3 regular meals a day and then you add maybe a protein shake for a snack or a protein shake for a dinner or both, you're putting yourself in a calorie surplus, which is making it easier for your body to use these nutrients to rebuild your muscles. When you are going to the gym, getting that hard workout done, and then you go home, you have to eat. You cannot be afraid of food. Food is fuel, and it needs to be your best friend when it comes to trying to grow your glutes. Like, you have to be feeding those muscles. When you are in the gym, you are breaking down that tissue, and the way to rebuild it is by resting, getting some sleep, and feeding your body. Like, literally eating and getting that protein in. Do not get scared when your stomach starts to grow. I feel like this is why a lot of people don't go all in, because as soon as they start to see their clothes fit a little bit differently and their stomach starts to get even just a tiny bit bigger, they back out, and it's like, okay, never mind. And that has been me for a very long time. But recently I was like, you know what, I love my shape. Like, I love how it look, belly, with the belly and with the butt and with everything. Like, I just took it as it was and I enjoyed it all summer long. Girl, that backside was there and the tummy was there too, but I just accepted it. I didn't stop. I didn't like back out once I seen my clothes was fitting differently, my crop tops was fitting differently. Do not back out. I'm telling you, you have to make a choice and you have to stick with it. Like, stay committed and you're gonna love it. And then once you reach the size that you want to be, and you reach the size that you want your glutes to be, you can go and start kind of like changing the way that you're approaching your eating now, and not eat as many carbs or as much protein as you're eating, or take away like a protein shake when you start wanting to like slim down. I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to stick with something forever. Like, this is a journey. Like, your fitness journey is supposed to be fun. You should be trying to push yourself to try new things. Like, I want to push myself and try to grow as much as I can, and then trying to lean out as much as I can in certain periods whenever I feel like it and whenever I want to. Like, this is not, your body is not gonna look the same throughout your whole life. Like, you're gonna get older, your metabolism is gonna slow down, things are just gonna happen. They're gonna make it either easier or harder for you to have the body that you want. But in the meantime, there are certain things you can do to get there a lot quicker. And the one thing that you really need to be focusing on and the one thing that you really need to be focusing on is making sure that you are eating enough. This is for the girls who have been skinny majority of their life, or they're finding it very hard to gain weight. You have to make sure that you are eating along with your workouts. But I put more emphasis on eating because I feel like nutrition is like 95% of it. You know, they say that it's like 70 or 80. I feel like it's 95% of it. Like, I have seen the most growth when I stopped trying to be skinny and I stopped trying to be the smallest that I could be, and I just started fueling my body correct, getting in 3 full good portion size meals a day. And that leads me to my another point, which is your portion sizes. A lot of times we're eating the right foods, but we're not eating the right amounts. So just increase your portion size. Whatever you're eating now, add more to your plate. Add 2 pieces of chicken if you only eat 1. Add 2 more tacos if you only eat 1. This plays a really big role, and it's very easy when it comes to gaining or losing. It's one of my like small little tweaks and adjustments that I like to make. I'll just increase the amount of food that I'm eating when I'm trying to go or going through like a growing phase, and then if I'm trying to lose, I'll just decrease the portion sizes so the food on my plates just gets a lot smaller. And it means you don't have to go super crazy in the gym and start like doing all these crazy workouts and circuits and all this stuff in order to reach your goals. And I do want to say, do not go comparing the amount of time it takes you to reach your goal by the amount of time it takes your favorite fitness influencer or someone else that you've seen on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, YouTube. Our bodies are different, our genetics are completely different. The time frame that it takes you is completely different from the time frame that it takes someone else. Like, do not compare your day 1 to someone else's day 365, to someone who has been in the gym literally the entire year. Of course they're gonna have more progress than you. They've been in the gym a lot longer than you. Like, if you're a beginner, use that to your advantage. In the beginning stages, it's so much easier to reach your fitness goals than when you have been in the gym for a long period of time and you're trying to do something different because your body is just so used to you being in the gym for a long period of time and being on this fitness journey. Like, now I feel like it's a lot harder for me to get back in the groove of things than when I first started 3 years ago. My glutes grew like that. Like, literally within the first 3 months, I seen such a big improvement. And I was doing body recomp, so I was eating at least 5 times a day, which was 3 full meals and 2 snacks. And I was going to the gym hitting legs 3 times a day, and I mean very, very intensely. And I wasn't even doing, I didn't have the correct form, I didn't have none of that stuff. I was following a plan, but because I was a beginner and I was putting, like, intentionally going to the gym and intentionally getting these meals in, my mom was like, are you trying to lose weight or gain weight? Like, it seems like your butt is getting bigger, not smaller. Even though my goal at the time was to lose weight, I was gaining because I was eating so much food. I was following this plan, but my portion sizes were a lot bigger than what they were supposed to be. And because I started going to the gym, my appetite had increased. Like, when you start working out, you're going to get hungrier, and especially throughout the day, with that increased activity level, like having a job, walking around all day, you're gonna be hungry. So it's gonna be very easy to eat a bowl of chicken and rice and veggies with some teriyaki sauce on top, rather than if you're just laying at home all day and you just get 1 meal in. It's because you're not doing anything. Like, your body is not needing the energy, but you have to fuel your body. Keep your meals very, very simple. Repeat the same meals. This is gonna be like the cheat code, I feel like. When you start to get in the groove of things, then you can get crazy and creative with your meals. But for the first month, just repeat the same meals and see if those are working for you. This is the easiest way. This is the one thing that I did. I repeat my meals so much. For the first 3 months of my fitness journey, I ate the same things, and I'm gonna share it with you to make it a lot easier for you to take some actionable steps after this video and start eating and fueling your body. Get in the habit of just fueling your body the right way. The workouts are gonna come easier. Like, getting to the gym and knocking that workout out, that's the easy part. Now, eating and making sure you're getting in the right calories, that's where it gets a little difficult. So for day 1, you can have some oats, whether you like them boiled, baked, blended. You can have your oats, boiled eggs, and some toast on the side. You can have some oats, boiled eggs, and bacon, oats, boiled egg, and turkey sausage, or you can have an omelet with some oats. That's like 4 days of breakfast. Your snacks can again be yogurt with some granola and some fruit with a little bit of honey on top. I call that a yogurt bowl. You can have some protein shakes. Mix in like a banana with some protein powder, some water, or some almond milk. You can have that for a snack. You actually can have that for a snack both times if you don't want to get too crazy. You can also have fruit for a snack, just like a bowl of strawberries or something. And then for lunch, you can have a chicken sandwich, a burrito, a chicken bowl, a rice bowl, a salmon bowl, a sushi bowl, some tuna. You can put some tuna on some toast, tuna with some crackers, tuna with some cucumber chips. If you don't like tuna, chickpeas. Chickpeas were my best friend, and it's crazy because a lot of people are like, most vegans eat chickpeas. Boy, I was tearing them chickpeas up. I was making like tuna, putting them in my tuna. It's like really easy to throw chickpeas in anything, I feel like, because it doesn't have any taste. And then you just season them how you want. So chickpeas, you can have a chickpea salad. And don't think that I'm not telling you to eat your greens or not eat your vegetables. I'm just saying that carbs and protein, I have put that first. And then I would eat my veggies or my broccoli and stuff like that. Like for a snack, you can also have some broccoli with some Greek yogurt and mix a ranch packet in there. Mix it. Have you a little veggie with some dip. Fire. Now for dinner, this is your last meal, so you want to make sure that you end your day off very strong. I think that eating one like really fatty fish at least once a week is like, really, I was eating salmon like 3 times a week, and I love salmon. Like, I just love how thick and nice and juicy it is and how you can just make it taste so good. So I was eating like salmon, a sweet potato, and then whatever type of green I like. So asparagus, green beans, or broccoli. Loved it down bad. That was my holy grail when it comes to dinner. Salmon. If you don't really care for salmon, you can have chicken thighs, chicken legs, grilled chicken, baked chicken. Throw your chicken in the air fryer, mix it with some rice and a veggie. This is like the staple little gym community food. Or you can have a quick and easy like little teriyaki bowl. Cut up some chicken real small, put it in a bowl with some rice, some veggies, put some teriyaki sauce on top. So good. There are a lot of good steaks out there that are not that expensive, so if you want to do a steak bowl, you can also do that, like a little chipotle style. Yes. And then just meal prep these. Have them, meal prep them every like 3 to 4 days. You don't have to do the whole 5 to 7 days, because I do feel like the food is not that fresh. So start with like 3 days. Eat those meals and then rest and repeat. Keep repeating your meals, and I promise you, you will start to see some growth in your glutes. As long as you are fueling your body and not being too scared to eat, girl, eat that food. If you're a complete beginner and you have no idea where to start when it comes to working out and starting your fitness journey, click on my next recommended video, because that one will help you a lot. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for tuning in.